Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As you can tell, I'm not at home. I'm visiting, so I have my technical limitations here. But hey, doesn't really matter. It matters that we can share information and we can discuss what these guys are doing to us in order to understand the dynamics, therefore, to do something about it, which is vote. Okay, yeah. So I have here an article where I will discuss what I call a failed Russian revolution, which is the funeral of Alexei Navalny, the 47-year-old person who died in a prison and he was buried in Moscow. You know what's going on with this situation. The West helps and is all promoting this Russian citizen because he's the opposition with, I can't remember how many percentages he got in United States. In Russia, I know he ran for mayorship in Moscow and he's got like 26%. I don't know how many, 10 years ago or so. And therefore he's Putin's nemesis or something, such a garbage. Anyway, the guy was convicted for a few crimes. He violated his parole and he was put in jail, therefore. And he died. How he died? Some people say he was killed, providing no evidence just because Putin is evil. That's their evidence. I'm waiting to see. They say, well, he died because of a blood clot and natural causes and blah, blah, blah. The fact is he died. And then his mom said that the Russians threatened her, the Russian officials threatened her that if she's going to have a public funeral, they will bury his body and so on in the penitentiary over there in the colony. Well, obviously the Russians allowed her to do that, therefore she did it publicly, so that actually proved that she might not have been truthful, otherwise the media lies. Nevertheless, she had, as she should have, and he had a funeral. She was over there. Navalny's wife is very busy, even though she should be, you know, I would at least personally spend my time after my loved one would die or dies, spend it differently than going around from meeting Biden to the European Council and having all kind of public statements and being able to discuss politics or something. I think it's a very, very sad show how these guys in the back are using her, as I think they used Navalny as well. And they're using her, and she allows to be used, otherwise she probably say no, but probably she's got that one. You're gonna do this, we're gonna promote you to this, you're gonna do this, you're bye-bye. So I think that's what happened. But I have a right to use my brain and try to figure out what happened behind the scenes. The problem is, with this funeral in Moscow, the Westerners, I think, thought that Navalny, the opposition leader, would have, I don't know, 50 million Russians showing up in Moscow and overthrow Putin just like this. But Putin took a rocket ship and he went to the moon in the meantime, so he can't be caught by his balls. Nevertheless, nothing happened. Everything went according to plan, which he was in the proceedings occurred in a Russian Orthodox church. A few people were allowed in the church so they don't destroy the shit over there, I guess. There are a lot of people over there. I'm going to show you a video, some pictures, and a lot of Western ambassadors for a Russian person. Anyway, let me show you this article and videos and pictures of how this occurred. The revolution did not occur because it seems like the Russians do not see Navalny the way these guys see Navalny. So that tells me a lot. Now you can say, well, they took care of they were all snipers over there ready and stuff. Probably they were. And the same thing probably would happen here as well. Remember what happened after the 6th of January insurrection? They put barbed wire and they got what, 11,000 police officers and guys over there ready if someone shows to the Capitol, to the elected officials. So the public's elected officials have to be defended by the guys with weapons. I covered that. So that's US's, but these guys, no, they are the bad guys. Yeah, they are the bad guys and we're the good guys. There's no such a thing as good guys and bad guys. Sorry to break the news for you. They're good and bad and good and bad. Sometimes they do good things, sometimes they do bad things. It's only interest, and they act according to their interest. That's what it is. I have my interest, I do what the fuck I want if I'm strong. If I'm weak, I get by the guys with interest. So let's go to this article here from Ukrainska Pravda. Russians gathered to bid Navalny farewell. Only relatives were allowed to attend 20-minute service video, blah, blah, blah. Now, I don't know if they were allowed, who allowed, and not more than 20. Was the family, was not the family? I personally don't give a shit, just personally. But he should have gotten the funeral, that's for sure. Nobody should have interfered with that. If there would be disorderly conduct, yes, then you intervene and you do what you do in America. You pepper spray them, beat them up, arrest them, and then let them go if they did it for the right causes, if you know what I mean. Remember what they did with Black Lives Matter and all that, Floyd Mayweather and all those guys, all right? Let's go further. So here is, let me see if there is a Navalny in his casket in the church. I'm guessing that is his mother over there, from right here. Well, a sad thing for the family, obviously. What can you do? The funeral services for Russian opposition politician Alexei Navalny, who died in a penal colony on 16th of February, took place in Moscow on March 1st. Only relatives and loved ones were allowed. They don't say who allowed them. The family did not allow them, Putin himself, I don't know, God, to enter the church. Following the funeral, I know, you see this, when personalities, the music personalities, let's say a singer or a band member of a certain kind of band, you can't just go there whomever wants. They allow just a certain number to the funeral inside the church. So when you hear that, this is probably made, they were only allowed, and you can only guess who that was the guy allowed. No, I remember when what's his name? I have two examples, but they're too a little bit far away. When the guys from what's his name, Harrison, from the Beatles, were Harrison, right? Died. How many people were allowed there? I mean, any actor who dies, not everyone can get in the church. They're banned. They're not allowed. So again, spin here, but here is Putin behind everything. I wonder who were over there. You take many other, as I said, actors. Following the funeral service, the coffin containing Navalny's body was carried out of the church and taken to the cemetery. The funeral lasted less than 20 minutes. The church was surrounded by crowd control barriers. Normal. Remember when Elvis died? What happened over there? If you don't remember, just look it up. The queue of people waiting to pay their last... where's my glasses? Right here. The goggles. Respects to Navalny stretched for over a kilometer. It's 0.6 mile. The exact number of people who came has not been reported, but it's in the hundreds. A population of 146 million people. They bring hundreds to this. And he is the opposition leader. Well, what the hell? Let me show you this video. Let me see. Make sure I got it right. Was it like this all the time? Yeah, I guess. All right. So nevertheless, let's go here. See if I can work it out. No? All right. I'm going to do it like that. As I said, I'm working with this. Now you know why they didn't let these guys in the church, right? Behind there, around, yeah, there's some people. That's why the revolution did not start. Not enough people. Applauding, very good. There are some people who love him. I mean, I'm not trying to imply here that no one loves him or anything like that. No, there's some people, he got followers, sincere followers. I'm pretty sure they got foreign services. They got people ready, but did not have enough people. I think that's one of the reasons. And I think they knew the Russians were ready. And probably they were informed through back channels that if you guys move, we're going to start some shit somewhere else. And who knows, maybe nothing like this happened. If nothing like this happened, it's even sadder for the Western agencies. Because nothing happened. Now, if that would have been, how should I put it, really the way these guys said, the Navalny's influence and all that, the whole funeral I would have suspected would be 100,000 people. I would just suspect that, not a few hundreds, as they said. And that was Ukrainska Pravda, who said hundreds of people. Maybe there were thousands. As I said, I'm not here pro or con. This is what I'm saying. This individual Navalny, I think, he had his own agenda, and he was used by other agendas. He had his own convictions. I don't know how sincere he was, but he definitely, that's my assessment, was used and was on the payroll, not the payroll, maybe that's not wrong. He was promoted by outside forces that don't want what's good for Russia. Why do I say that? People who try to fix your family and they are just the neighbors, they don't do that because they love you. Otherwise they would like you to do the same thing to them, but they don't like that. So again, let the Russians take care of their own country, all culture, civilization, tradition, and all that, and you take care of yours. If you don't want me to stick my nose in your thing, don't stick your nose in my ass. Okay, so the revolution failed, not even started, and that was the chance. The other chance that they had, and is not going to happen, is the Russian people getting hungry due to sanctions. I read an article coming from the Russians, an expert, who said that there's no more sanctions. These guys don't have anything else to hurt Russia with, because Russia was smart enough to make sure that it diversified its commerce, economy, not economy, the foreign business that they do with. So yeah, the Americans, the French, it's little, and everybody else was somewhere else. When these guys want to sanction you, it was out of the Russian economy. It was a very, very small percentage that these guys really can affect, and it was immediately filled by the Chinese, Indians, and the rest of the world. Let's put it this way. So that's why these guys can't bite Russia, because they didn't have anything much. Oh, we're going to kick you out of SWIFT. They found alternate routes for that. So here it is, my friends. Let the Russians run their own country, and let them, figure things out on their own. If you don't like that happening in Russia, imagine that many other countries don't like that happening in your country, unless you think that your country is perfect, which is not. All right, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.